All right, this is lesson 61 for 6th grade Excel. 6th grade Excel lesson 61. We're going to be learning about recognizing the thousandths place, rounding decimal numbers to the nearest tenth or hundredth, and solving equations involving decimals. So we start at the beginning of the lesson. You might want to look on your paper instead of looking here on the screen. It's kind of small, I know, on the screen. The number 5123.784 is read as 5,123 and the and is for the decimal point, 784 thousandths. The 5 is in the thousands place, the 1 is in the hundreds place, the 2 is in the tens place, the 3 is in the ones place, the 7 is in the tenths place. Notice that has a TH in it. And the 8 is in the hundredths place, and the 4 is in the thousandths place. Alrighty, and when rounding a decimal number to the nearest whole number, look at the digit in the tenths place. When rounding the nearest tenth, look at the digit in the hundredths place. And when rounding to the nearest hundredth, look at the digit in the thousandths place. Of course, we always look one digit to the right when we round a number. Notice that this number is not read 5 thousands, 100, 2 tens, 3 ones, 7 tenths, 8 hundredths, 4 thousandths. That's not how you read this number. It's 5,123 and then we say the whole thing that's written after the decimal point, 784, as if it was a number sitting all by itself, 784, and then we say the name of the place that is the last digit. So that 4 is sitting in the thousandths place. So we say the word thousandths after we say 784. All right, let's go to the next part here. That would be right there. Oh, don't want to give you those answers there yet. Okay, they want you to round each number to the nearest tenths place. And we'll show you how to do that on the first one. It says 27.25, and if we round to the nearest tenths, we're looking to round it to this spot where the 2 is right here. We look to the right, that 5 tells me to bump that 2 up to a 3, and then the 5 goes away to a 0 or to nothing, so the answer is 27.3. How about number 2, rounding that to the nearest tenths place? The 8 is in the tenths place. Look to the right, you see a 2. That means we leave the 8 alone, and so the answer is 35.8. Why don't you go ahead and see if you can do numbers 3 through 6. Pause the video while you're trying that. Okay, the 5 is in the tenths place here, so rounding this to the nearest tenths place is 23.5 because that 0 says that the 5 should stay the same. This next one we have 45 point, and the 2 is in the tenths place. So we look to the right and see that that 8 bumps the 2 up because it's 5 or greater, 45.3. Number 5, 98.728. The 7 is in the tenths place. You look to the right and see that there's a 2 there. The 2 tells the 7 to stay where it is. So the answer is 98.7. Sounds like a radio station. And then 82.931. The 9 is in the tenths place. Look to the right. It's a 3. Tells that 9 to stay where it is, so the answer is 82.9. Go ahead and get that cleared out. And we'll move on to the next part. There's our answers. Now they want us to round each number to the nearest hundredths place. So let's do a couple of examples here first. Make sure you got it. The 8 is in the hundredths place on number 7. Look to the right, that's a 1. The 1 tells the 8 to stay where it is. So the answer is 5.28 or 5 and 28 hundredths. On number 8, the 2 is in the hundredths place. Look to the right and you see an 8. That means that 2 has to be bumped up to a 3. So the answer is 96 and 73 hundredths. Okay, go ahead and try the rest of these. Pause the video until you're ready to see the answers. Number 9, 20 and 831 thousandths. The 3 is in the hundredths place, so that 3 stays where it is since the 1 tells it just to stay there, and the answer is 20 and 83 hundredths. Here on number 10, the 2 is in the hundredths place. We look to the right, we see an 8, which bumps the 2 up to a 3. So the answer is 48 and 53 hundredths. And number 11, the answer would be, let's see, the 3 is in the hundredths place. So it's 84 and 93 hundredths, because that 1 tells the 3 to stay where it is. And on this last one, the 4 is in the hundredths place. The 9 bumps the 4 up to a 5. And so the answer is 93 and 95 hundredths. All right, let's get that cleared off. And we'll move on to this next part here. And that is solving some equations with decimals. These can be kind of tricky, so pay attention on this part. The first one says x minus 1.4 is equal to 7.2. And a lot of kids are going to do 7.2 minus 1.4 to get that answer. That's not correct because we want to have a larger number where the x is, so we have to add these two numbers together. And so when you add 7.2 and 1.4, you get 8.6. 8.6 minus 1.4 is equal to 7.2. That's true. So be careful on these. After you think you have the right answer, go back and double check and make sure that it actually works, because most kids miss these. Okay, try 14 through 16, pause the video and turn it back on when you're ready to see the answer. Number 14, some number plus 2 is equal to 3.5. Well, this number has to be a little bit smaller in order to add it to 2 and make it 3.5. So the way that I'm going to get that is do 3.5 minus 2, or minus 2.0, which is 1.5. So x is equal to 1.5, and we can try that by, test that by saying, does 1.5 plus 2 equal to 3.5? And of course the answer is yes. How about on this next one here? This works just the same way. We're going to subtract 1.2 from 3.8 and get 2.6. The answer is 2.6. And on this next one, 9.7 minus some number is 5.1. Well, if we subtract 5.1 from 9.7, we get 4.6, and that is our answer. All right, that's it for this lesson.